All right, yo, what up? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation, Power 105.1 New York's hip hop and R&B. We got Chicago's own Vic Mensa here. It's my first time meeting him. What's up, bro?
What's up? Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro. So I just heard the EP, Hooligans,
What's up?
and I like it a lot.
Thank you, man.
I like it a lot. You had a record called Rowdy on there with G Herbo. It sounds like somebody's gonna get punched in the face as soon as that comes on in the club.
It definitely can.
You had a record called, I think it was called Dark Things.
Yes, sir.
That I like especially like a lot. Of course, you got the single Reverse. So yeah, the project's good. It's coming out next week.
Yeah, coming out next Friday.
Why called Hooligans?
Man, you know, that's how we grew up. We was always just, rowdy kids. And I'm from a place called Hyde Park on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hyde Park Hooligans was one of our monikers.
Okay.
So I kind of just, I like to continue these themes. It's like I came up, with a clique called Save Money.
Okay.
And so we were also called the Hyde Park Hooligans or just the Hooligans. And it's just a lot of gang shit.
What was it like growing up in Chicago in those days? Chicago's pretty rough right now from what I see from afar, to be honest with you. So explain what it was like growing up in Chicago. Like, what was that life like? And how'd you get into rapping?
Chicago's amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in an area that's it's like a mixed neighborhood in the middle of the South Side, because the South Side is all pretty much predominantly all black. You know what I'm saying? And Hyde Park is like kind of like a little oasis in there where there's a little bit of multiculturalism and it's more mixed racially and economically.
Okay.
But it's like still surrounded by the hood in all directions. So I come from like a 2-parent household, you know what I'm saying? But across the street, they were selling dope and, niggas might get smoked on the corner. And so it's kind of like I experienced different sides of the city all at once,
Yeah, I can relate because I grew up in the burbs and was on the hood on the weekends. My parents got divorced. They was in 2 separate places.
Mm-hmm.
So I can relate. So the EP comes out next week, and you said you're doing a punk album.
Yeah.
That's different, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited about that too, because I got a clothing line as well called 93 Punks. So I got the 93 Punks music and the 93 Punks clothing. It's all going to be released together, like in the spring.
What kind of rock? Because you said you had a little bit of a rock vibe. Like, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's influenced by a lot of different eras.
Please tell me 80s rock. Anything from that era or nah?
Definitely some Cure vibes, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Cure, some shit like that. I mean, The Clash was going hard in the 80s. The Clash is like my favorite band, and so that's a band that's very
Rock the Casbah.
Yes,
sir. Yeah, I remember. All right.
That's a band that's very influential to that project. Also, like Blink-182. I'm working with Travis Barker on this.
Nice.
Working with Joe Madden from Good Charlotte, Green Day Energies. And
there's only been a few projects in hip hop that's done something like that. Like I remember Busta did something with, was it Jay-Z with Linkin Park?
Yeah.
Of course, Run DMC with Aerosmith back in the day.
Sure.
But it's only been like a handful of people. I think Puff did a Benjamin's Rock remix. It's only been a handful of people.
I was listening to something the other day. It was on like a old Swiss Beats album. It was DMX and Metallica.
I think I missed that one. Word?
I think I did too.
Damn, I missed that one. That's crazy. So what made you want to do that? Like that was the type of music you were listening to growing up as well, besides hip hop?
Yeah. Actually, before I was ever really listening to hip hop, I was listening to rock music, and Nirvana was my favorite band, and before that, Guns N' Roses was my favorite band.
Kurt Cobain and Nirvana was one of my favorites too. I'm happy to hear you say that. All right, cool. So listen, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask about some of the drama. I'm sure you're tired of hearing all this shit because I know on radio runs people get repetitive. Yeah. But I got to do my job. So first of all, I'm unclear of what the issue was between you and Akademiks. When I read up on it, it seemed like he said something wrong about Chi-Town. Was that what the issue was?
I wouldn't even say like particularly an issue because
you got Chicago on him real quick, bro. I saw the interview.
Yeah, so certain things are a non-factor as far as a real problem goes. But in regards to that situation specifically, a friend of mine who I've known since I was about 5 years old, he got killed in the violence in Chicago.
Okay.
And the person.
Sorry to hear that, obviously.
Basically satired or satirized his death in an episode on his little YouTube channel. So things
Oh
like
no, that's
that.
not cool. See,
Things
that
like
part
that
I
need
didn't
to be
see.
addressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, the few times I've seen you, because you have no problem not holding your tongue. Like, you speak right out when you have an issue with somebody. How does it feel being in a game, being such a, because you come off as a super real nigga. How does it feel being in a game which is, how do I say this without offending everybody? Because a lot of people in this game is fake. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of nonsense. And being where you come from, how do you deal with that? I see a couple of times you had to put people in check. Like, how do you move?
What I've been learning, man, is just growing and evolving as a man. Is I've been learning that as it pertains to this rap game shit, it's like can't treat it the same way that you would treat the real world. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it's a lot of fake shit. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and it's the Matrix really. So that's kind of how I'm approaching this shit these days. Like, I'm water to that shit. All that phony drama shit. That shit old news to me.
Well, with that being said, now once again, I wouldn't be doing my job. Talking about people fake out. A lot of people think, and I know that it was vocal between both of y'all. You had an issue with, or he had an issue or whatever with 6ix9ine. And a lot of people feel, a lot of people have been vocal in the game that he's not the way he portrays himself to be. I really don't know. But a lot of people in hip hop have said that they think he's a good kid, that what he's talking about in his music, it's not really him. So with that being said, and coming from where you come from, do you feel bad for his situation whatsoever?
I think that we have to remember, especially as people with a platform, that words have power. Words have power to influence. Words have power to define. And, in this case, it's like you got to watch how you use your words.
Simple as that.
How's it supposed to work out,
Yeah, a lot of people told him that the energy you put out is the energy that's going to come back to you. So
that is the absolute truth about the universe. It only works one way. The energy that you put into the universe will reflect back to you in one way or another.
I agree. So, listen, acting.
Yeah.
Are you going to get into more acting? I see that you had I think it was a guest role. Was it Rel?
Yeah, with my homie Lil Rel. Shout out to Rel. I'm definitely on the acting shit heavy.
So I'm big into horror movies.
Oh, dope.
What kind of acting you into? What would you do that full time like Ludacris and leave music alone, or you always think you're gonna be in music, or?
I mean, I imagine I'll always be doing music, but I'm definitely, trying to get my Denzel on one time.
Really?
Yeah. I've been taking some classes too, and just like approaching the craft. Like, I spoke to Common in the south of France, man. I was at Cannes, and we ran into Common and Mos Def.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And I was hollering at Common because those are two of the most successful acting hip hop
rappers, yeah.
And so I was hollering at Common about it and just
I gotta give it to LL a little bit. Nah, they're more successful, I think.
I didn't say the two most.
Yeah.
I said two of
the most. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so Common was like, you just have to immerse yourself in the craft the same way that we do with music. You know what I'm saying? And I studied the greats in music and intentionally, you know what I'm saying, tried to learn about the game and the art form. And I think that the same goes for acting. So I've started to really immerse myself in that more, and I did like an improv class this year.
Nice.
I plan on doing some acting classes top of the year, you know what I mean?
Who are your heroes in acting?
Who do I rock with?
Yeah.
Man, it's messed up because some of the guys I really rock with have been embroiled in some controversies recently that I don't really agree with. So,
all right, well, we're not talking about that. Like, obviously, Bill Cosby got arrested, but we all loved the Cosby Show. So,
right.
Not talking about anything bad that they've been in, but who are your acting heroes?
Man, I like who's crucial on the acting side? I was gonna say Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is the guy that I was thinking I really like. I don't like.
It's funny you say that. His first movie is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Jonah Hill too. I rock with Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Thorough, man.
So I was gonna say Johnny Depp's first movie was A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I'm a big Johnny Depp fan.
I rock with his work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to just shout out to all the
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I was gonna say Leo because he definitely still running around with a whole bunch of
imagery.
yeah,
He having vision.
a lot of things going on. I was going to shout out to everybody doing their thing right now, like all the black artists that are really killing the game on the acting side, and the female artists like Lena Waithe and
Mm-hmm.
Issa Rae, and shout out to Rel. You know what I mean? And I love I love what Donald Glover has done with Atlanta, and everybody that's been a part of that show. All that is really dope.
That's dope. I'm looking for.
Coogler, shout out to Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to
He's killing it right now. Michael
all
B.
the
Jordan.
niggas that's really turning up over there right now.
Do you have? Are there any movies that you filmed already that's about to drop or not
No,
yet?
I haven't filmed any movies yet, man. I've just read for some things, you know, just waiting for something to stick.
All right. I'm looking forward to that. I think I feel the aura like you would be incredible with the acting. So
I definitely think so too.
what else does Vic Mensa want for the future? What is the end goal? What's the end goal for hip hop actually? Are you trying to be like, I guess that's anybody in rap, to be top 5 dead or alive?
Top 5 dead or alive.
Some some people don't care. They just want to.
Yeah. You know, I think what's most important to me is just like to make music that represents me and to impact people. That's why I started making rap music. So I started rapping. I wanted to, you know, be able to impact people the way that like Pac impacted me. So,
Yeah.
you know, the end goal for me, I had a line when I was a kid. I said, the mission is to change as many lives as crack took. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave that as my end goal. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Pac's your favorite rapper of all time?
Common is actually my favorite rapper.
Really?
But Pac is always in my top 5 for sure.
Okay. I've heard people say Common. He's not. Common's fire.
My favorite rapper just because of where I'm from and like the significance that his music held to me throughout my life, being that I would be listening to Common and hearing him rap about the same bus that I was taking.
Oh, okay. So you can relate to a lot of things.
School. I could just relate to it more than I can relate to damn near anybody, you know?
Cool. So the EP's dropping next week.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to seeing the energy behind that. I'm looking forward to the Rowdy record. I can't wait till that comes. That was my favorite record on the joint. And in closing, with the people, you know, and once again, I'm just doing my job. Do you make peace with people that you've had issues with, just like how Fat Joe and 50 did, or can there be peace in the future?
They had problems.
Yeah, they have big problems actually.
Man, peace is where it's at. I ain't gonna hold you. Peace is definitely where it's at. I mean, certain things are really inexcusable. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not one of those guys that's like
Holding a grudge.
Too fucking. I can't hold on to that energy. You know what I mean? It's like I know that energy is corrosive for me. It's like I speak out and I say the things I say because I feel that they need to be addressed and they need to be said. But I'm not somebody that's taking grudges to the grave like that. You know?
Yeah, damn, I gotta take a page out of your book. I hold grudges to the grave, bro. I swear to God, I'm a Scorpio. I hold that shit. It's even if you apologize, I feel away. But that's just me. Now, but God bless you, bro. Hooligans out next week. You know what I'm saying? And the project's dope, by the way. Everybody who make sure you grab that. The shit's fucking fire. They can play this an early copy. So.
Yes, sir. Big love. I appreciate you, brother.
Vic Mensa, DJ Sus One. The feature presentations, Power 105.1.